Let us then focus on philosophy of peace education. And in the words of A.K. Muste, there is no way to peace. Peace is the way. Now that's a philosophical statement. If we want to achieve peace, it will be achieved through peace. We will have to practice peace if we want peace to flourish and sustain in life in the 21st century. Peace studies discussion. Patriotism means love of one's country. To love your country does not necessarily simply mean to blindly follow rules and regulations. Patriotism means to question something that you think is not right, to question something that you think does not fit, to question something that you don't agree with. Patriotism is not blindly following what policies and rules and regulations some people in the government make, but to question those. Are they appropriate? Maybe these were appropriate 10 years ago. Are they appropriate today? Life has changed over the past 10 years. Things over the past 5 years are old today. Knowledge is increasing fast. The virtual reality is making life move faster than it did even 5 years ago. So what then is the peace studies discussion all about? It's about getting together, talking, discussing, listening to other people, imbibing what others have to say, and sharing concerns, suggestions, recommendations with one another. Peace studies is not simply passing information on. Peace studies is discussing information. Once a student, Raza, who was about 6 at the time, said to me, if the people next door to us are our neighbors, and the people next to them are their neighbors, and it goes on like that forever, then it means everybody is everybody's neighbor. That's true. You know, if you move from one house to the next, to the next, to the next, in some way, everybody is connected. Everybody is somebody's neighbor. If that is true, then he looked at me and asked, why would people kill their neighbors? It's a difficult question to answer. And this is a young boy asking, if we are all connected, if we are all related, if we are all neighbors, okay, then why do we kill our neighbors? What is the need to do that? It is not enough to talk about peace, one must believe in it. These are the words of Eleanor Roosevelt, okay? And what she says is that if we talk about peace, peace is not going to happen. Simply talking about peace does not guarantee peace. We have to believe in it, and then we have to practice so that peace can prevail. It is not enough to believe, one must work at it. That's the practice bit. So, talking about peace, telling about peace, understanding about peace, believing in peace is not enough if nobody takes any action. So if conflicts are to be resolved and peace is to be sustained and maintained, we will have to actually actively work and practice what we try to preach and tell others. What is peace education? Peace education is the pedagogical efforts to create a world at peace. In other words, pedagogical in the classroom. So peace education begins in the classroom. These are efforts in the classroom in the hope of creating, as these students go out of the classroom into the community, society, and so on, will they carry this message of peace. By peace, we mean more than the absence of violence. The absence of violence is negative peace. Okay? The presence of violence and maintaining peace is positive peace. That is what we would like to see. Peace in its most positive aspects embraces ideas of justice, global sustainability, and the eradication of structures that promote insecurity. Poverty is an example of that. So, peace studies is a multi-dimensional aspect, a multi-dimensional topic, a multi-dimensional discipline that needs to be looked at from different perspectives. How do we alleviate these? Poverty makes somebody insecure. You have more money, I have less money, what do? I can't afford what you can afford, and so on. Hunger, malnutrition, lack of access to resources is not going to promote peace. If peace is to be promoted, we will have to make sure that these insecurities are handled first. Peace education rests on two assumptions. What are these two assumptions? Conflict is ubiquitous, which means conflict will exist. Conflict will be there. We may try, but conflict will show up in different forms. There are ways to transform it. Education for peace assumes peace in education. So conflict will be there. There are ways to transform it. And if we believe in education for peace, then we must assume peace in education. So are our students secure, safe in schools, in their classrooms? Are they guaranteed safety and security for them to understand what peace is all about and then take it from there to their homes and their communities and societies?